Hey guys, how are you doing? It's Wisdom speaking here, not Prime Minister Oden. I think Prime Minister Oden is very funny. I hope it was funny for some people. Obviously, he's a gimmick. He's a character. He's everything you do not want in a politician. He starts off every single sentence with, "Hello there, Prime Minister Oden here," almost like asserting power or dominance or his own self-importance before he says anything. He talks about issues that nobody asked about, nobody cares about. He cares more about power than helping people and being right. And he has long-winded logical statements that aren't really logical. They start off with weird premonitions. He thinks unconditional love is what makes the world unfair, and that power is a better way to view the world and God. And overall, nobody cares. This is exactly the kind of politician nobody wants. And I thought it would be funny, and I thought it would become clear at some point what was going on there, but people just assumed that this was my real character because of maybe how animated Prime Minister Oden is and how well I embodied this archetype, possibly, I don't know, or because of maybe how fleshed out the ideas are. I mean, they couldn't see the stark difference from my first video towards compared with Prime Minister Oden, and then you can't blame them because, they don't know me. But then we have people in my real life that know me and have known me for a long time, and we've been through a lot together, asking me if I'm okay, which is fair. And I'm like, do I really have to spell this out for you? Like, are my acting skills that good? It's so interesting. But yes, he's a character. He's everything a politician should not be, especially not the Prime Minister of Canada. Okay, and if you are an individual that found yourself agreeing with a lot of the things that Prime Minister Oden was saying, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. There is room for you, and that is allowed. A lot of philosophers think like you. A lot of political leaders think like you. And a lot of people in power think like you, okay? That doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't make you right compared to the people that don't think like you. It just means that it's a different perspective. You're coming from the other side of the coin, and that's fine. And there's room for you in society, and there's room for you in political discussions, because we need the variances of opinion for innovation. We need opposition to drive us forward for progress. And his purpose is to prove a point, actually, because there are politicians out there that carry the same beliefs and characteristics as Prime Minister Oden. There are people in power, not just politicians, who carry the same beliefs and characteristics as Prime Minister Oden. They will not outrightly share their mind the same way Prime Minister Oden does, but that's what makes Prime Minister Oden so interesting. And you can peer into the minds of these leaders by observing Prime Minister Oden and how he thinks. And I'm sure there are other politicians or tech leaders you can think of that carry, if not all, then some traits that Prime Minister Oden has. Getting back to reality, Prime Minister Oden does have a purpose. He's going to be the devil's advocate on this channel. And essentially, he's going to shed light on why people like this keep on rising to power given our current system. And at some point, he'll get very charming if you stick around long enough to listen to his thoughts. But his purpose is to be the adversary to everything substantive and good that we have going on. Does that make sense? He'll offer the counter perspective. He's the villain, essentially. I'm kind of disappointed that I had to spell this out, not to people that don't know me, that makes sense, but to people that know me and have known me for years. Not spell out what Prime Minister Oden is, because that was supposed to be left up to interpretation by the audience, but his character is separate from mine, okay? But maybe I could have found a more blatant way to say it. I want it to be creative, but creativity leaves room for ambiguity, and I want it to be extremely clear this time. Prime Minister Oden is a character. That is not mine. And for those of you that know me, I'm a little bit disappointed that some of you misconstrue him for my real character. I need an acting deal for the next Dune. Like, sign me up. Moving on, I actually like Prime Minister Oden. I can look past his weird viewpoints and accept him as an individual. He's going to keep posting, and he's going to keep offering the flip side of the coin, because certain political leaders do think like this. I do believe in every political decision or recommendation, there's always the other side to it that does not get heard. And if we were to be real pragmatists and realists, then we would have to acknowledge the other side in order to get closer to the truth and understand the immorality of many political decisions. Not only did it offer me as a person clarity on the different logical strings that defend certain viewpoints and why these viewpoints still prevail, it also offered me insight on who would think I was crazy if I actually were to run for prime minister in the future. And how that idea was so absurd to some people, it really took me aback. And I mean, I'm educated, I work for the government, I care for people. It's not like this is so left field if in the future I become a member of parliament. Je parle français un peu, and I'm still working on it. So the stuff that Prime Minister Oden was saying was crazy, I can admit that, but it made me realize who was willing to check on me, who was willing to actually help rather than just go around me and talk to the people around me, claiming that I've gone insane. And the people that were actually willing to give me the benefit of the doubt and inquire and ask how I'm doing, thank you. And I acknowledge that, and I thank you for putting up with this and trusting in my character and the wisdom that you know in person rather than going off what you see online. The people saying things like, do you think Wisdom is crazy? Look at what he's posting. He's probably crazy, and showing my posts to people that are close to me instead of actually contacting me and seeing if I'm okay. It's crazy that they wouldn't give me the benefit of the doubt, even though they've known me for a good amount of time. This taught me that maybe maintaining relationships in your absence may speak louder than your presence. And if you're not there, people will make up things about you despite how you treated them when you were there physically with them. You know that anything that is posted online is not really real. It's a theater. Real life happens in front of you, and yet they still couldn't give me the benefit of the doubt. It's very interesting. I think it brought a lot of clarity to me as an individual. Maybe there may have been better ways to get that clarity, but this killed a lot of birds with essentially one stone, one Prime Minister Oden stone. So sorry that you had to put up with that. Now it's clear I'm still the same person. Yes, I'm still going to law school. Yes, I'm still going to graduate on time. Yes, I'm fine. My job is still intact. Everything is good. Thanks for your concern. And everybody around me is real. I've identified the fake people, and we can move on from here to more clear things. Lastly, I do have a short trailer for you for the next actual video that I'm going to be posting. It's going to be on the education system. I've been working on it for a long time now. It's going to be wisdom speaking, not Prime Minister Oden, the same wisdom that was speaking in the first ever video that I posted on the channel about a year ago about Gen Z. That character is going to be speaking in the education video, which is really who I am, in case you didn't know. And I did get a couple things wrong in the Gen Z video, and I did get a bunch right. And I will be posting a reaction to that video, and it's going to be condensed. It's not going to be as long, and we'll be going over things I got wrong and where my thinking may have strayed, and things I got right and where I was accurate in my deductions. Not only for my reflection so I can make more accurate conclusions, but also for your information and entertainment. I think doing this will bring a new level of transparency to the channel, so I can be more trustworthy for the viewers, which is great. Concerning the trailer for the education video, which we're about to watch right now, I will also be posting this trailer as a separate standalone video so it can act as a channel trailer, just a little short clip. And then I'll also be posting this trailer at the beginning of the actual education system video. It just puts a bow on the full package. Stay tuned for that. You will be getting the education video in the near future. Thank you for your attention and patience and support if you are supporting this. If you're not, thank you for observing, as we need observers as well. Okay, here's the trailer. Okay, thanks, bye-bye.